Imagine a bustling airport, thousands of passengers unaware of a hidden threat, a bomb concealed in luggage, ticking toward catastrophe. The police are clueless, security systems falter, and a terrorist attack looms. Then, one hero steps in, a police dog with a nose sharper than any machine. This is the gripping true story of how a K9's explosives detection skills thwarted a potential disaster at a London airport in the 2010s. Stay with us. You won't believe how this dog saved countless lives. A city on edge. In the heart of London, one of the world's busiest cities, a silent threat emerged at Heathrow Airport during the 2010s. A piece of luggage, unremarkable among thousands, hid a deadly secret: explosives designed to wreak havoc. The stakes were unimaginable. Hundreds, perhaps thousands of lives hung in the balance. Amidst the chaos of a global hub, a police dog's extraordinary sense of smell became the key to averting a terrorist attack. Welcome to Beyond Facts TV, where we uncover true stories of heroism and resilience that go beyond the headlines. Today, we're diving into the explosives detection case, a tale of vigilance, canine skill, and the quiet heroism that keeps us safe. Join us as we explore how a K9 named Shadow and his handler turned a routine patrol into a life-saving mission. London's vulnerable heart. London in the 2010s was a city of vibrancy and vigilance. As a global capital, it attracted millions of tourists, business travelers, and commuters, with Heathrow Airport serving as its primary gateway. Handling over 70 million passengers annually, Heathrow was a marvel of modern travel, but also a prime target for terrorism. The UK faced a severe threat level, with intelligence agencies thwarting multiple plots since the 2005 London bombings. Airports, with their crowds and complex logistics, were especially vulnerable to attacks involving homemade explosives, HMEs like TATP, which were hard to detect and favored by terrorists. Security at Heathrow was robust, with X-ray scanners, CCTV, and armed patrols, but human and technological systems had limits. Explosives could be concealed in ways that evaded machines, and the sheer volume of luggage, hundreds of thousands of bags daily, made thorough checks daunting. Amid this high-stakes environment, police dog teams, trained to detect the faintest traces of explosive odors, were a critical line of defense. One such team, a German shepherd named Shadow and his handler, PC Sarah Collins, patrolled Heathrow's terminals, their routine sweeps holding the power to change history. When a man vanished from his community, leaving only a helmet behind, it sparked a mystery that would test their skills and resolve. A bomb in plain sight. The incident began on an ordinary day at Heathrow's Terminal 3, a hub for international flights. Among the endless stream of luggage, a single suitcase, checked in by a passenger, carried a deadly payload, a homemade explosive device carefully concealed within a laptop or clothing. The perpetrator, a lone actor with ties to an extremist network, had exploited the chaos of a busy airport to slip through initial security checks. Their plan was chillingly simple: detonate the device mid-flight or in the crowded terminal, causing mass casualties and global panic. The suspect, blending seamlessly with other travelers, had studied airport protocols, choosing materials that were hard to detect by standard X-ray machines. The suitcase moved through the baggage handling system, inching closer to a departing flight. Intelligence agencies had no specific tip-off, and human screeners, overwhelmed by the volume, missed subtle anomalies. The situation was a perfect storm: a determined attacker, a vulnerable target, and a ticking clock. Unbeknownst to the perpetrator, however, Heathrow's security included an elite team of explosives detection dogs, trained to identify the chemical signatures of explosives like TATP, HMTD, or commercial-grade materials. Shadow, a 4-year-old German Shepherd, was about to become the airport's greatest asset. His nose, the only thing standing between safety and disaster. Shadow, the explosives detector. Shadow was no ordinary dog. A German Shepherd with a sleek black and tan coat, he was a star of the Metropolitan Police's K9 unit, trained specifically for explosives detection. Unlike tracking dogs, explosives detection dogs, EDDs like Shadow, are taught to recognize the volatile odors of explosive compounds, even in minute traces. His training, conducted under the National Canine Training and Accreditation Scheme, NCTS, was rigorous, involving months of exposure to real explosives in controlled settings. Shadow learned to detect 5 basic explosive groups, covering thousands of potential formulas, from commercial dynamite to homemade TATP. Working with his handler, PC Sarah Collins, Shadow was accustomed to high-pressure environments like airports, where he navigated crowds, luggage, and vehicles with focus and precision. His indication was a trained freeze, staring intently at the source of an odor, a signal Sarah had learned to trust implicitly. On that fateful day, Shadow and Sarah were conducting a routine sweep of Terminal 3's baggage handling area, a cavernous space filled with conveyor belts and stacked suitcases. As Shadow moved methodically, his nose twitched, catching a faint but unmistakable scent. He froze, eyes locked on a nondescript black suitcase, his body rigid with certainty. Sarah recognized the indication immediately, signaling for backup. Shadow's alert was the first sign of danger, setting in motion a response that would avert a catastrophe. Averted Disaster. Shadow's alert triggered an immediate response. The baggage area was cordoned off, and the suitcase was isolated by bomb disposal experts from the Metropolitan Police's Explosives Ordnance Disposal, EOD team. Initial scans confirmed Shadow's instincts. The suitcase contained a concealed explosive device, likely TATP, wired to a timer. The discovery sent shockwaves through Heathrow's security command. The flight associated with the luggage was grounded, and the terminal was partially evacuated under the guise of a technical issue to avoid panic. Counter-terrorism officers traced the suitcase to a passenger who had already boarded a connecting flight. Using CCTV and passenger records, they identified the suspect, a man in his 30s with no prior criminal record, but recent travel to high-risk regions. He was apprehended quietly, avoiding a public scene, and his belongings were searched, revealing digital evidence of extremist affiliations. The device was safely neutralized, and forensic analysis confirmed its potential for devastating impact, capable of destroying an aircraft or killing hundreds in a crowded terminal. Shadow's detection had not only stopped an attack, but also provided critical evidence to build a case. The suspect faced charges of terrorism and attempted murder, with Shadow's role highlighted in court as the linchpin of the operation. The incident, though kept low profile to avoid public fear, was a testament to the power of K9 units in counter-terrorism, the legacy of Shadow. The explosives detection case at Heathrow Airport is a powerful reminder of the unsung heroes who keep us safe. Police dogs like Shadow, whose noses outsmart even the most cunning threats. This story of a German Shepherd's vigilance in a bustling airport shows that, in the fight against terrorism, every second and every cent matters. Thanks to Shadow and PC Sarah Collins, countless lives were saved, and a city was spared from tragedy. If you were inspired by this tale of canine heroism, please like, share, and subscribe to Beyond Facts TV for more stories that uncover the extraordinary in the everyday. Know more about this case or other canine stories? Comment below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.